All right, guys, welcome back to Zach's Almanac, episode 3. We're going to be going over NCAA Conference Championship winners. I'm my co-host, Dillon. As always, this episode is brought to you by Riz Pharma. Go to www.rizpharma.com. I might have threw an extra W in there. I do that sometimes. I think it's like 1 a.m. At Riz Pharma across all platforms on social media. Riz Pharma is family to us, and we appreciate them so much. If you guys don't know what they do, go look into what they do. But erectile dysfunction, hair loss, all the good stuff, go to Riz Pharma and check them out. I want to get into multiple topics aside from, March Madness and the conference tournaments. Dillon's got some stuff on his mind in regards to the draft, the Bears situation with Justin Fields. We're going to get into all that on this show. So pay attention, grab some popcorn, grab anything. Grab a doobie, grab a brew, do what you got to do. It's Zach and Dillon, and we're here. Dillon, give me a breakdown. What do the Bears do? Why do they do it? And, what's the play for the Chicago Bears?
All right, well, first off, I think Ryan Poles knows that if his team does not perform this year, he will get fired. And if he keeps Justin Fields and they don't perform, he will most definitely be fired, and he will be not really have anywhere to go with because he has the number one prospect in a long time of Caleb Williams that everybody says is going to be the next Patrick Mahomes. Justin Fields, I feel he's a great quarterback, but he's not the quarterback that people want the Bears to have. I feel like the Bears want to have a guy that is going to be a for sure thing, and that's what everybody says, that Caleb Williams is going to be a for sure thing, which there's never a for sure thing, as a sports bettors know. Nothing is for sure. But I really think he takes Caleb Williams just for the fact that he knows that his job is on the line, and this is the best decision he can make. I think Justin Fields will do good wherever he goes. He's not a Caleb Williams in the passing game, obviously. Justin Fields can get around a lot better, but I think the big play threat of Caleb Williams, the way he's talked about, the way everyone says the Bears would be dumb not to pick Caleb Williams, is another reason why the Bears will pick Caleb Williams. And I think Justin Fields either goes to Atlanta or Pittsburgh for a second-round pick. But I really do hope Justin Fields does great. I just hope he doesn't beat us in the Super Bowl one day.
I love who Justin Fields is as a football player, as a person. It's time to move on, sadly. You look back at the days of Mitch Trubisky and what he was able to accomplish. He imitates a little bit of what I see in Brock Purdy, and I'm not saying in the same regard, but he did what was necessary to make his team win. He got the Bears to a playoff. He got his kicker into a game-winning kick situation, and the kicker missed. The double doink, it will haunt Chicago for a while. They're going to beat the Eagles and go on to the next round. So, given the Bears' past and their unlucky, situations, people talk about missing on Patrick Mahomes. I don't know if Patrick Mahomes is who he is today without Andy Reid, without Tyreek Hill, without all the great people he put around him. And you could say the same thing about everybody, like Tom Brady, Matt Ryan. There's certain people that, their careers are based on where they went. Everything happens for a reason. So it's just maybe not what Justin Fields needs for his legacy. And into the Caleb Williams topic, everyone's throwing heat at him for things he says on the internet. It's all mind games at the end of the day. I think it's just to get some more attention on the situation. But the Bears absolutely have to take Caleb Williams. He shows me everything on the field that I need to see for the Bears to take him. He's a Heisman Trophy winner. He makes the big plays. Caleb Williams, in a situation where you have 2 minutes left and you need a quarterback to go out there and get it done, be able to scramble, read a defense, he can do that. So putting him in a system with DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, Khalil Herbert, high caliber offense, building slowly. They need some offensive line pieces. They already went and got one. Who would you say the guy was?
Ryan Bates from the
Bills.
Buffalo Bills. Also, they signed Mitch. The Bills signed Mitch Trubisky today.
Money Mitch. Do the shmoney dance. Yeah. Obviously, offensive line is a big piece. The Bears need to work on that. You got to get your superstar some protection. Caleb Williams is nothing without protection. As you can see in USC's last season, they go from competing in the Pac-12 championship game against Utah. Obviously, they lost, but they're still there. And then this year, they just struggled throughout the whole year. They got tranced on by Oregon. That their front five destroyed USC's offensive line. So obviously the offensive line is important in college, and it's way more important than NFL. So if I'm the Bears, I utilize the 2 top 10 picks you have. I think you trade back, but not too far. I think you draft Joe Alt out of Notre Dame. Just all around dog, football player, dog. He's a pancake machine. His presence is known every play, every whistle. He's fighting for everything. He's protecting his guy. Notre Dame breeds those good offensive linemen. You look at like Zach Martin, Quentin Nelson, the guy in San Fran, high caliber offensive linemen. So they're known for making these guys. So yeah, the Bears, trade back a little bit, maybe even get a later pick and pick up a wide receiver, a halfback threat. I was talking to Dillon about, the high level of skill in the league now. Isaiah Pacheco, dog of a running back. No, if I told the average viewer right now like he was taken late in the draft, he wasn't a high pick, no one would believe me. You look at that guy who runs through people and takes 2 people to bring down. Oh, he's a first or second round pick. No, he went late. I think 5th round. Out of Maryland, monster. So yeah, really utilizing your head picks as building blocks for your high caliber quarterback. Joe Alt, maybe even, who knows, maybe take another tight end, 2nd round, 3rd round, whatever it may be, just to get a blocking scheme for the offense the Bears run. They run those flats with the tight ends, RPO plays. And yeah, Caleb Williams is the pick. Just whether or not where Justin Fields goes is this deciding factor. I was just brainstorming. I'm looking at Seattle, and I'm wondering, why would you stick with Geno Smith? I don't see much from Geno Smith. He's immobile. He can't get out of the pocket. He's kind of a liability, and you got DK Metcalf for so long. It's like you won't have him as a prime caliber player forever. And the Seahawks are always solid as a team. So if you just throw an experienced Justin Fields in there, I'm not saying like, oh, he's a seasoned veteran, but he knows enough about the league now to step in and be ready to play with the right system. He just needs a new scenery. I think Justin Fields needs a new scenery. And the Bears fucked up letting Justin Fields go. I already hear it. Like, no, they didn't. It was never going to work in Chicago with him. He wasn't fitting the system. Dillon, we're going to get into some conference basketball picks now. Go ahead, run it away. Give us who you got.
All right, we'll start out with the big ones here this time. So with the ACC, obviously you got the 2 blue bloods with UNC and Duke. I think either one of those could win it. Filipowski's a little banged up right now for Duke. We got
Storm Chasers.
We got dark horse. My dark horse is Clemson. I think they have been playing really well. They did just lose to Notre Dame. Shout out Notre Dame. They suck this year at basketball, but they did have a hell of a game against Clemson. The next one I'm gonna go the American, and obviously we got FAU, we got Memphis, and USF, which had a great year, but I think they're frauds. I'm taking UAB in that. I just think they're the most consistent team in that conference. Their record in conference might not show it, but I think they're going to be the best team that can make the biggest run in the tournament. I'm going to go UAB. We got the Big 12. Obviously, you got teams like Houston, Kansas, Baylor. But I'm taking Iowa State. I think they're very, very big dark horse in this tournament. But I think Iowa State can definitely win that tournament. I think they can out-rebound Houston, out-rebound Baylor, outshoot them also, and I think they win that for those reasons. All right, let's go with the Big East. I obviously got the Creighton Blue Jays. I just love the way they play basketball. I got UConn in there. You got Marquette in there, but I'm taking Creighton. And one team that could have a dark horse, that is Villanova, because you cannot count them out in March. They're a hell of a March team. Next, we're going to go with the Big Ten. Obviously, Illinois. They just played a great game against Purdue. I just think with Illinois, they can beat Purdue. Purdue's terrible in March. Also, you got Nebraska in there as my dark horse. They've been playing some great basketball. They have some very good wins in that conference. Let's see. Let's throw in Princeton from the Ivy. I'll take that as a big one. I think Princeton can make a run again to the I think they can make another upset, being the 14, 15 seed. I definitely think they can make another upset. Let's see. Let's go to the SEC. Obviously, you got Tennessee, you got Alabama, you got Kentucky. I just think Kentucky's defense is not there. I don't think they have a shot to win this tournament or go deep. Tennessee is a really good team overall. Also, Alabama is. I think those are the only two teams that I would pick. Tennessee is going to be the one that I want to take. In the WCC, Santa Clara and Gonzaga, I got Santa Clara taking the tournament. Gonzaga, I think they get in regardless of the fact for beating Kentucky, which Kentucky is not that big of a win, in my opinion, but it's a tier 1 win in college basketball. So I think they end up getting in regardless of the fact. And in the Mountain West, one team that I like a lot that I feel it could make a run because they're very good on the road is Nevada. There's also San Diego State in that conference, but I really think Nevada will outrun anybody in that conference. So, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of little conferences that I don't get to pay much attention to or really watch. Like the American East, I'm going to take Vermont. Stetson and the ASUN. Oh, another one is the Atlantic 10. I like Loyola. Dayton is a good team, but Loyola has proven they can beat Dayton. Also, my dark horse in that conference is VCU. They haven't been playing good all year, but
I feel like every time March rolls around, VCU is playing like high level basketball.
Oh yeah. In the Big Sky, I'm gonna take Montana. I think the dark horse in there is Weber State. I think Weber State can definitely win that conference. The Big West, UC San Diego, there ain't much. I mean, you got Hawaii, you got a bunch of garbage in that conference. I'm taking the top of the garbage. In the Coastal Athletic, I'm gonna take Charleston. They're the only team that's decent in my opinion in that conference. Conference USA, Sam Houston. They could shoot the 3 ball. That's why I picked them. The Horizon League, you got a couple decent teams in there, but I'm gonna take the top team, Oakland. They're very good at rebounding and playing defense. In the the MAAC, I'm gonna take Fairfield. I think a team that can make a run is St. Peter's. In the MAC, I got Central Michigan. They have been playing some great basketball down the stretch, and I think they can make a run in that. In the MEAC, I'm going to take NC Central. I have no idea about any teams in that conference. I just went and picked one.
Picked the plus 2,000.
In the Missouri Valley Conference, I'm taking the experienced Drake Bulldogs over the Indiana State Sycamores. In the Northeast, I'm going to take Merrimack. In the Ohio Valley, Morehead State. In the Patriot, I'm going to take Colgate. In the Southern, I'm going to take Sanford. In the Southland, I'm going to take McNeese State. In the Summit, North Dakota, the Sun Belt, which could be a very good tournament if the right two teams are in a championship. If it's Appalachian State versus James Madison, I think James Madison and Appalachian State will be a very good game. They're both very good and very competitive every time they play. In the SWAC, I'm going to take Elkhorn State. And in the WAC, I'm going to take Grand Canyon University.
I like it. There's some knowledge behind all of it, and it's March. ACC, knowledge behind this pick. Virginia, I mean, they're playing for a seed. They're playing good basketball right now as well. They're on a win streak. As we film this episode, they might have lost by the time you guys see it, the 8th. But yeah, Virginia is a team that could be dangerous. Obviously, Duke and North Carolina, Clemson, those schools are going to be playing good as well. But give me Virginia. They could hit it from 3. They could burn it from 3. Belt to ass. American East. Give me Vermont. They're currently 15-1 in conference play. That's pretty impressive, regardless of who's in their conference, to be able to go 15-1, even on road games and hostile environments. Impressive. American, FAU, Florida Atlantic University. Shout out to Nelly, Gary, Indiana. Absolute beast. I'm hoping they could pull away in that conference, but UAB's tough. Some other schools are tough. South Florida's in their conference as well, right? Also a good school. Getting into the American Sun, Eastern Kentucky, Atlantic 10, Dayton. They lost to Loyola twice. The past time they played them, I definitely bet a couple hundred on Dayton. Hurt the bank account. So they got to make up for lost time. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in any sport. So I'm confident in my Dayton pick. I think they could beat Loyola. So possible. It's not out of the realm. In the Big 12, the Big 12 is a toss-up. Houston, Baylor, TCU. Even the schools that you would think, oh no, they don't got a chance. They got a chance. It's March. Got to keep stressing that to you guys. So it's really a toss-up in those games where it's a 1-possession game when the game should have been a 15-point blowout. The spread indicated they were supposed to win by 12. That shit don't matter in March. I honestly hammer dogs during March, man. The games are tight. If I see a wide spread, I'm taking the wide spread of the dog. The value's there. The games are always going to be tight unless obviously the favorite does what they're supposed to, but it's hard in March. Big East, another conference, neck and neck. But I'm taking Creighton. What Creighton's shown me as I watched them progress throughout the season, they've improved. Another team, they can burn it, but they also can get it done in the paint. They got some big guys, big bodies. They crush the offensive glass. They get down there. They get active. They're not scared to get dirty. So winning the dogfight, give me Creighton in the Big East. Big Sky, Montana. Big South, High Point. Big Ten. Little odd, but I'm going Nebraska. They're also on like a 4 or 5 game win streak. They're hot right now. Who's hot? Who's not? The Big Ten, just like it is in football, those Iowas, those Wisconsin, those IUs, those in-conference games are always tight in the Big Ten, regardless. And the neutral site factor plays a huge role in that. So give me Nebraska, and I think if they do get it done, they could even go on a run in the tournament. In the Big West, UC Irvine, Coastal Athletic, UNCW, Sam Houston in Conference USA. Horizon League, give me Green Bay. The Smart Kid League, Ivy League, Yale, banging threes on the court and off the court. Snorting balls in a Harvard bathroom. Cut that part out. Those fucking smart school kids can shoot the 3 ball like nowhere else. The MAAC, St. Peter's. The MAC gave me Ohio, another hot school, 6-game win streak. Obviously Akron, Toledo, top dogs. But Ohio could slip into a spot where they're playing for the championship and they could play the best game of their season and get it done because they're so hot right now. MEAC. MEAC. Norfolk State, Missouri Valley. Look at the shirt. Give me Indiana State. Anything Indiana. I love them. Whether that be Notre Dame, IU. I don't like Ball State personally. Just dog shit. Yeah, so give me Indiana State. I'm pulling for those guys. Still a tough conference. Regardless of their, record and schedule or whatever it may be, that conference tournament's going to be interesting. Northeast, give me Merrimack. Ohio Valley, UT Martin. Pac-12, Colorado. I've watched a lot of Colorado basketball, and I've also watched a lot of Pac-12 basketball. When you got that last leg of your parlay going, because they play at 11 p.m. Central Time here in Chicago, you have no choice but to watch it and sweat it out. I know Dillon's put some cheese on parlays, and the last leg's been out there on USC, Colorado, Oregon. Those late night games when you're stressing at the bar.
Yeah, well, in Pac-12, I forgot to pick this one. I got Washington State. I think Colorado can definitely make a run, but I got Washington State. Definitely had last year. I remember I had a parlay. Last leg was Arizona State to beat Arizona. Arizona State was up 4 with 4 minutes to go. Ended up losing by 16, and it's just, man, it's like, oh yeah, hey, let me see what the cash out is, and there's no fucking cash out.
I
And then they ended up
that.
losing.
We were at Proof that night.
Yeah,
Fucking Arizona State, man. What a sell.
It was $5 for 5,500, and there was literally no
Was that
cash out.
9-legger?
9 legs and 5 underdogs.
We were sweating it out of the bar, and Arizona State was hanging in there for like the first maybe 10 minutes or so, and then it just started.
Dude, they were up 4 with 4 minutes left.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck, that hurts worse. I remember that. Yeah, moving into the Patriot, give me Colgate, SEC. Kentucky Blue. I got family in Kentucky, Bluegrass. Give me Kentucky. That's going to be an interesting conference also, dude. These games are going to be so sick. I can't wait to watching Campbell on this shit. Southern, Chattanooga, Southland, McNeese State, Summit, South Dakota State, Sunbelt, James Madison, I'll just say SWAC. Give me Grambling, WAC, Grand Canyon, and WCC. Give me the Zags. I think Gonzaga's about to get hot. Usually around this point, everyone's already hyping Gonzaga up based on their regular season performance, and they're not talked about at that level this year. So tournament rolls around, they make a statement, they probably still get bounced in like the Sweet 16 in the tournament. That's my opinion. We're going to get into more topics. I want to talk about the Bulls basketball, other NBA stuff. There's other news and sports that I want to bring up throughout the show that I feel like we could talk about and, give you guys our outlook on it, because I love talking sports, and more content, the merrier. We're going to cut. We're going to reset the film, take a piss break, and be right back. This episode is sponsored by Riz Pharma. If you guys want better access to shorter clips from our episode from YouTube, we have TikTok and Instagram. That's the main platforms we post on. Twitter's we post our pics on there sometimes, but Twitter and Instagram and TikTok are going to be our main platform sources. But for now, Instagram and TikTok are where we're at for the short, good clips and edits. It's literally Zach's Almanac, same as on here. So go follow us on there. We're about to hit 100 followers, so go follow us on Instagram. Stay in the loop when we're going to upload, and all the other news we post, like daily activity stuff, that breaking news that we react to, and just all around sports stuff, including picks. The Discord's also available. I'll post a link in the bottom of this episode. Join the Discord. Daily picks from me. Dillon's going to be in there throwing picks out. And just building the community slowly but surely. Dillon, give us your top 10 picks, start to finish, for the NFL draft.
All right, so the top 10 mock draft that I have here. Obviously, number 1, Chicago Bears taking Caleb Williams. As for reasons we talked about earlier. Washington, This might be a surprise to some, but I'm going to say they're going to take Jaden Daniels. This year's Heisman Trophy winner. He's a great quarterback. He could run around. He could throw the ball around. He obviously is. I think I could surely say that he's the number 2 quarterback in this draft. The third one, I mean, obviously, I was never a fan of the Mac Jones pick. I'm not really a fan of Drake May either, but I think the Pats have no choice but to take Drake May as the best quarterback available at this point in this draft. Honestly, the best player in this draft I have going forth to the Cardinals, Marvin Harrison Jr. I was hoping the Bears would do this in the beginning of the offseason, but for many reasons, obviously, Marvin Harrison will be going number 4 to the Cardinals, I believe. The Chargers, I don't want to fuck up this guy's name, but the offensive tackle from the Penn State, Fashanu, I think that's how you say it. And a surprise one here, I got the New York Giants taking J.J. McCarthy with the 6th pick in the NFL draft. I just feel Daniel Jones ain't doing it for him. Fans are getting upset. Daniel Jones sucks ass. I mean, it's true.
Dude, the fact that the quarterback market's so inflated, bro, $160 million for butt cheese. Like, come on, bro. I can go out there and I can at least fucking throw the ball. Like, get it out of your hands, you Momo. This dude's just out there literally butt cheese is Daniel Jones. You know when you pick your belly button after you haven't showered in a few days after like a fucking bender? That's what fucking Daniel Jones is, that smell. Fucking ass.
All right, with the 7th pick, I got them, the Titans, taking Joe Alt out of Notre Dame. I just think they need small line help. They obviously have their quarterback of the future, so they hope. With the 8th, I got the Falcons taking Jared Versay. With number 9, obviously it's a hard choice. A lot of people are saying Rome Odunze is the pick here, but I believe Malik Neighbors is the pick. He was the number 1 receiver for the Heisman Trophy winner this year. And I just think he'd be a great number 2. Also with Rome Odunze, I just think Malik Neighbors is the better pick here. Very fast, very good hands, a definite number 2 receiver behind DJ Moore. And the Jets, I got them taking Rome Odunze. They also need another receiver out there. Garrett Wilson's a hell of a receiver, and the Jets with Rome Odunze and Garrett Wilson with Aaron Rodgers being healthy, I think they could be a dangerous duo for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many what ifs because you got to get to the draft day, and this is obviously so far out. But it's like there could be so many trades that happen before then, where it's like these picks change. But as it sits, obviously Caleb Williams, Bears got to take him. But pick number 2, I agree with Dillon, Jaden Daniels. He fits Washington. I think he's a dog. I think he's gonna put on a little bit more weight. You know, NFL, those players are bigger. Those defensive linemen are huge. You got to throw on some weight. He's 210, but you know, he just, I don't know, his build is just like, this is not there. Pick 3, I think the Patriots take J.J. McCarthy. I truly think Bill wants that kid. Oh wait, Bill's gone. Got to adjust to that. I'd probably scratch that then. I'd probably take Marvin Harrison. Yeah.